on the last episode of OlympusCraft. Let's give this a shot. There we go. We got the standard traveler's backpack. I found the inspiration for this build based on a picture of a house I found in real life. It is an 1880s two-story rancher. It is a huge house with 2 fireplaces, so it's got 2 chimneys, and tons of windows on the side for natural lighting to look in. Hello everyone, it's jblader here. I'm back on the OlympusCraft SMP. In case you don't know, you missed the last 2 episodes. This is episode 3, and an SMP is a survival multiplayer server. Basically, I'm playing Minecraft, and this is a modded Minecraft pack. It's basically a vanilla plus pack, some decorative blocks, a few organization and quality of life mods, and I'm playing with a bunch of cool YouTubers from all around the world. Their links are in the description below to their channel, so go check out their episodes. So last time we built this amazing starter house, and I was so happy with how it turned out, but as you see, the interior, not exactly finished. And you might notice that my tools are a little worse for wear. Yeah, let me show you why that is. There is this amazing enchant called vein mining that we have in this mod pack, and you can see I even have it on this shovel and on this pick. And it allows you to, it'll basically break all of the type of blocks in a radius that is of the same type. For example, carrots, wheat, sugarcane, wood blocks, and of course it also works on things like grass and coarse dirt, you know, stone types, veins. So basically it recognizes the type of block and it'll break all of them in a radius of the same type. I've been using this thing to collect a ton of resources, and my chests out here are not only disgusting with the amount of just random blocks that I have, but they are awfully organized. Even with the auto sort feature, we've got just a ton of random blocks everywhere. So some storage upgrades are due quite soon. Also, of course, I will need to get mending soon so that I can repair this gear, and I also need an XP source. I think some of the other members of the server are working with villagers. I'm typically the villager guy on servers. I do a lot with villagers. They are kind of annoying to deal with, but man, they are so good for the enchanting, and we still might mess with some villagers, but for now we may just hop over and check out some other people's villages and or villager, you know, trading setups and try to get mending via bartering or trading. Our first objective today is going to be setting up some better storage, and I think that there's a mod that is going to help us a lot with storage. Storage in vanilla Minecraft is typically kind of a pain in the butt, and if you guys have seen my channel before, you know that I make a lot of automatic storage systems in vanilla Minecraft. They're large, they're bulky, but there's a mod called Tom's Simple Storage that is probably going to help us out a heck of a lot. The first thing we're going to make is this inventory block. It's a diamond, an ender pearl, some planks, a comparator. We're going to make that. We're going to make this terminal. We're going to need some more comparators for that. Nothing crazy there. We're going to need some crates. Again, nothing crazy, mostly wood blocks. We're going to need some inventory cables. Again, nothing crazy. Crafting terminal. This will allow us to craft right in the terminal. It's 4 diamonds, which is a bit more expensive. And I have no idea what this basic inventory does. Let's see. If we hold shift, import or export from your inventory network, right click an item to set this filter. So this must allow us to basically have wireless inventory types. And then we can also get these terminals. These are wireless terminals. This will allow us to access our storage from different areas. So that 16 blocks reach on that one, and this advanced one, it'll see it has a range of 64 blocks. The terminal chunk has to be loaded. Build a level 1 beacon in an 8-block radius of the bound terminal to make it accessible from anywhere in the same dimension. Interesting. So some of this stuff, obviously a little bit more advanced, but we're going to start with the basics, and I think the only thing I'm really missing is an ender pearl. So let's try to hunt down an enderman, and we will get started with that. Alright, I'm back from the nether, and this is all the stuff that I got. I did a little bit of strip mining in the nether too, and managed to get a little bit of ancient debris. With the vein mining, it's kind of like having TNT at your disposal on a pick, so it made it super easy to get this ancient debris. Also, all this is compressed netherite, so in each one of these is 9. It was a ton of netherite don't need to keep, I'm sorry, netherrack. Don't need to keep all of the netherrack, but compressing it, maybe we'll use it later for some nether brick or something like that. Also got a ton of quartz, got some blaze rods, got the wither skeleton skull, and the main thing that we need right now is the ender pearl. Now that we got the ender pearl, let's get back to making the Tom's simple storage, and we're going to build a storage room. I'm not 100% sure where the storage room is going to go exactly, so I'm going to build out just a little bit of the interior of the house. Now that the interior of the house is kind of done, we can play around with some of the storage blocks here in Tom's Simple Storage. What we're going to be able to do here is disguise this interface and hide a lot of our storage thanks to Tom's Simple Storage. So first up, we're going to have our inventory connector. Now what you're typically going to want to do is set up chest directly to this. So if we put a chest here, like the Skystone chest, you're going to see we have 36 slots. And if we move this, do something like this, you'll see now we have 144 slots, or 36, plus all of these chests. 288 free slots. So this inventory connector is connecting to all of these chests. Now, in order to connect to this, we're going to grab a storage terminal. This is a really simple terminal where we can basically chuck items like this, and they are now going to be basically in one of these chests. Yep, that chest there. All these items are in here. We can say, oh, I want some buttons, search buttons, grab them, take them out, bam. Really, really simple storage system without doing all the AE madness. Now, there's a bunch of cool things you can do with this as well, like let's say we don't want our chest there, and we can have multiple of these terminals too, of course. Like this terminal could be all wood supplies, and then we could have a terminal on this side that's all of this block. That is always an option. One other thing we can do is filter out things and connect other chests, or even filtered chests, with cables. So if we grab our chest, and we need the connector. Yeah, these are kind of expensive because they take a diamond and an ender pearl. So right now they're expensive. They won't be expensive in, let's say, a week. But we just connect something like this, and now this chest is going to be connected to our system too. So basically we could hide all of a bunch of chests, a bunch of chests under the ground. Like hide 20 or 30 Skystone chests and just connect them to a terminal, and then we can use the wireless terminal. This is kind of how you craft it. I'll go ahead and pull it up. We can use this to connect to blocks about 16 blocks away. I'm not 100% sure what these manufacturer or assembly halos do. This is Botania stuff, but it has to do with the crafting, and it may be able to even synchronize to this. But for now, this really simple Tom's Simple Storage is, in my opinion, the way to go, especially since we can just connect some Skystone chests like this and have, hundreds of slots, 244, I think, slots of storage at our disposal. 288 slots of storage. That's a lot of storage. So now that we got that set up, I'm going to be able to integrate that off camera. I'm going to move over all the items in our chest monsters out here, and I'm also going to set up maybe one or two more. I'm kind of curious how many we can set up and connect things. I don't have all the connectors, so I can't really hide it underground yet, but I also like being able to manually look in chests and grab items every once in a while too. I didn't speak very much about the interior of this building, and we're going to work on it a little bit off camera, but the old houses like this, the manor style houses, always had broken up floor plans with a bunch of tiny rooms. So by making the walls one thick, or coming in one, we're able to have like a baseboard and then a wall type, and then by making the walls again too thick, we can have a variety of different interior colors so that each room can have its own thing. So for an example, in a house like this, you would usually walk into what we would call a foyer, and then you may on the left have a kitchen and a small dining room. I haven't done this yet. This is going to be like a storage building when we're done. And then, of course, we may have a stairs to go upstairs, a small closet, and then in this room, it may be well, it could be a bathroom, so we could block this off and have a bathroom accessible from 2 directions. That was really common back in the day. Or we could have a miniature bathroom here by making a wall here and just having a half bath here. That was also very common back in the day. And then maybe we have a library, a sitting room, and a living room. Again, breaking up rooms like this in these old style, like 1880s houses, super common really until like the 1930s and 40s here in the US. Not sure about my European friends, so if you're into architecture or into house design, let me know what your guys' houses kind of look like, especially if you've ever toured any old houses. So as you see there, I've connected a ton of skystone chests up to the inventory trim, which means we've got 1,764 slots of storage right now, and this is basically infinitely expandable, and is all hidden away. So I don't know why you wouldn't go with this type of storage. Hey, if you're playing along in your own world, highly recommend this. The only thing we could really do to make this more efficient would be to turn these into double chests, but the skystone chest can open with a block on top of them, so they're slightly more space efficient in that way. Anyway, guys, that is all the time that I have for this episode. If you did enjoy, please make sure to subscribe. We're going to do some stuff with some other members in the upcoming episodes. Still a ton of stuff to do. Need an XP source, need a book source, need villager trading, and of course need to finish this interior. It's looking a little empty right now. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and bye-bye.